everybody. Welcome back. Hey, just a real quick shout out, Larch and Rich. They're two of our guys who work behind the scenes here, responsible for setting that whole band situation up. It is a lot of work, and we so appreciate your work to get that band in
I know,
here.
It's great when we can have these amazing bands.
Who knew we had that many mics?
I know, look at all these microphones. So we know, thank you to our amazing crew always, which is why we always get to come to you and
all right, we're doing charcuterie.
Charcuterie. It's a cutie charcuterie.
Cutie charcuterie.
Chef Plum is here. He says not to worry. It's easier to make it than say it.
You know, first of all, I wish I was there. I would love to sing with that band. Are you kidding me? That was so fun.
They were unbelievable.
Yeah,
really
they're really good.
Any chance to showcase my jazz hands, I'm in. So listen,
okay.
I wish I was there.
All right,
well, happy Monday, friends. Charcuterie boards, you know, you see them, people post them on Instagram. They're these big, beautiful trays, like grazing platters of stuff. And they're like, wow, that's really, really beautiful. But it's not as hard as you might think to do. And it's a couple of things you can think of. You know, when you think about making it, if you keep in your mind, you can make a beautiful charcuterie plate really, really simple. Let me show you a few of my tips when I want to make a great charcuterie board. First of all, I'm going to start with 3 different types of cheeses, okay? So I've got here a nice brie cheese I'm going to put on my board. Now, I try to always do one soft cheese, like a brie, right? Something kind of fun and funky, and something that everybody recognizes. That way you kind of have different types of cheese on the board for everybody. So I've got a little brie cheese here. A fun thing you can do is take this little container that the cheese comes in, right? And this container right here, you can easily use that to lift your levels up, to make it a little bit higher, like this. So it's kind of lifted up a little bit.
That is a good tip.
How about that? See, look at that. I'll show you here in the overhead camera. Look at that. See how it's kind of lifted up?
Cool.
And I love using cutting boards, by the way. I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So don't be afraid of shortcuts either. Listen, I've got this sliced cheddar cheese here. Everyone knows a cheddar cheese. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to take a few of these slices of cheddar cheese out. I'm going to start building around it, right? So I'll start like this. And then I've got this really, really fun. This is a ale and mustard cheese, which is kind of fun and delicious. I'll put some of that out here. And don't forget to put it all out. Put a little chunk out. And you can always replace it later. So something like that. Now, when it comes to the actual charcuterie part of the charcuterie tray, we need to use something delicious. I have a wonderful charcuterie here. It's a salami from my friends over at We Charcuterie in Woodbridge. They make a great product. I'm not making a fancy plug for them. It's just really good stuff. I've taken it, I've cut it up. I'm just going to kind of put it on the tray and lay it out like this. See, I'm starting to build around the cheese is the idea here, kind of building around it. Now, you want to have 2 or 3 different types of charcuterie itself. Charcuterie, you know, a smoked cured meat. That's what the salami is right here. Putting these guys out, and it's absolutely delicious. This stuff's even great on a sandwich, but it's really fun on this tray because it adds so much different fun flavors. And these two I have, again, different. One's a little bit sweeter, one's a little bit hotter. You want some different flavors in there. So we've got different cheeses. We've got different charcuterie itself on there. Now let's fill in the cracks. We just want to kind of fill in the cracks around it. So I've got some beautiful cured olives. I'm going to put the olives around here, kind of make a little line of those guys here. And there's no right or wrong here when you do this, you guys. Just make it so you're filling it in and make it look appetizing to yourself first. Like if it looks good to you, it'll look good to your guests. Okay. This is some more cured olives. These are an orange and chili cured, which are kind of nice. And you can see how it starts to fill in those cracks around there, right? That's what you're looking for. You want to fill it in so it looks full. You want it to be bountiful. Okay. So you've got the fat from the cheese, the fat from the salami. Now, let's add a little bit of these gherkins or something pickled because you want to cut that fat a little bit. So I'm going to add some of these little beautiful green gherkins in here just to kind of cut that fat. So again, we're talking color, we're talking flavor, we're talking texture. So you got to think about all those things, but it's really simple. I also like to use a little bit of sliced bread on mine. I don't like to toast the bread because I like the different textures of it, right? So I'm going to put this bread kind of just on here like this, a few slices, nice and thin. Look how thin I sliced that. Nice thin slices of bread. Perfect. Yep. Right? So when we got a little cheese, we got a little bread, we got a little gherkins on there. Now, how about some crunch? We want a little crunch on there. So I've got a great tip you can do is get these little like snack mixes from the grocery store. These are fantastic because look, you can just start filling in those cracks around with some of this little snack mix. Just filling in those empty holes. Again, bountiful and full is what we're looking for here. Look at this. Come on. It's already coming together good. You see that, Scott?
Yeah.
Come on. Do you want some?
No, I love it. So step one, the cheese, and you get to actually raise up the brie. Step 2, the meats, and then you fill in the cracks.
It's that simple. And then the other thing you kind of want to put is one more little thing on there, some kind of fruit, right? I have a little dried cranberries here, so I'll sprinkle some of those, kind of, again, filling in those cracks. I'll grab a few of these berries here and kind of put them around to add a little pop of color. And one little tip I'll tell you is if you're going to use grapes like this, okay? I like to break the stem off and then hide the stem into the tray so the grapes poke out, not the actual stem. And check this out. Look how pretty this looks. And we made this in just about 5 minutes here. Check it out. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
Isn't that great?
Thank you, Chefy.
All right, I'm going to share this on Facebook so you can all copy at home, because I'm going to copy at home.
Super easy.
Thanks,
That's
Chef
awesome.
Plum.
Thank you, Chef.